Thank you, Chair. There's been a lot of talk this evening. I've stood on this floor in my 2.5 years being elected, probably some 12 or 14 times in relation to CAMS issues. And I will say this, you've always listened, Minister. I've always got action. I think we're at the stage we're at tonight because you insisted on the review. It's a timely review. It was instructed in April. We have an interim report. It's a very serious, damning interim report. I want to commend the staff, the good staff that are there in CAMS. We have 3 CAMS units in Wexford. They're not all staffed, or there's not a full complement of staff. It causes problems in itself. There are many issues for the staff within the CAMS units. There's some, I don't want to label them, but there are issues that certainly need to be addressed. I have had them on the floor, but I'd expect that this is where we now start. The days of talking, as my colleagues have said, they don't come to an end, but there has to be talk of action. And I'm not going to repeat what everything has said. I want to commend Dr. Finnerty for having the courage to bring out an interim report. I want to commend Dr. Niall Muldoon, who is the Ombudsman for Children. I want to commend John Farrelly. These are all people that we've heard the problems from before, but we now have an in-depth review that you instructed, Minister. Don't forget that. It's a proactive step, and it has to continue in that frame. Money in many of our health services is not an issue. It is an issue here. There are some disparities that need to be addressed. I think we need to put a fund, dedicated fund to CAMS, a dedicated CAMS fund. That's strictly what the report says. For instance, in Wexford, we had an issue with a child psychologist. We had a child psychologist available to us for 2 years, but because she was ready and able to take the position, but because she wasn't part of the panel, she wasn't eligible. That type of crap, excuse me, putting it straight, has to change. We can't have a system that obstructs the actual focus of helping our children with their mental health. We have to be practical. We are short-staffed. We have a retention recruitment crisis. We can't just keep saying we have it. We have to do something about it. And if a child psychiatrist was available who actually held the position before, then it's just a matter of somebody knocking heads together and saying, here we have a child psychiatrist that wants the job, give it to her. Now, we now have a child psychiatrist, but it's not the point. We were 2 years without, and 2 years went by where we didn't have one. So I look forward to the future, and I look forward to assisting the parents that will come to me with their problems. Thank you.